Welcome back to the Fifth Guild Podcast. I'm your host, Eric.
And I'm co-host, Scott.
And today we're going over chapters 11 through 15 of Death Lord Arcanist. Before we get into today's episode, we always like to remind people to like, share, subscribe, and comment, all that good stuff, if you can, so that way we can get this out to more people. Along with that, we have the links to the Fifth Chronicles Wiki link in the description down below, along with the link to the Capital Station Discord server, if you want to go over and join in on the fun over there. Around this time, we should be having the second bestiary out, and we should probably be getting some updated information into the Chronicles Wiki, so just stay tuned for that. And with that, we'll get into today's episode.
Chapter 11 is the Tale of Death Lord Kallikore. At this point, we are following the unicorn tracks, so Starling and Novak have run off into the Abyssal Hells. Gray is chasing after them. Unfortunately, Novak has a trinket that allows him to see in the dark, so they're probably doing a whole lot better than Gray and Twain are. Fortunately, or hopefully fortunately, Gray does stumble upon another human. This human says that he was essentially hunting the followers of Umbriel and then somehow ended up in the Hells, and he says that his name is Everette.
Zelfree!
I know, the anticipation for this story. So we do find out that Xuandi has essentially swayed the elder creatures since Zelfree has been here. He's really actually been there since before the gate closed. He came to find his Arcanist soul, and Kallikore is essentially helping preserve the soul for his help. So Zelfree gives them this kind of backstory, which is how we know essentially what Kallikore is doing and how Xuandi is there and functioning. And we also find out that the only way that Zelfree could really survive, because again, Zelfree, Mimic Arcanist, no real immunity to the Abyssal Hells, he somehow turned himself half into a mystical creature, which he says is what Kallikore did and why the elder creatures don't actually bother him. So Zelfree's been here for years, apparently, and he really misses his family, but he's going to help Gray out because, hey, you're another human, maybe you can escape. They do stumble upon Novak and Starling, and of course, Starling is eating. The one thing that Demos said, do not do.
But he really had just one rule.
Yeah.
Was do not eat anything.
Yeah. He said you can pillage, you can go out, you can destruct, but don't eat.
Just don't eat. So in chapter 12, Abyssal Leeches. Oh, no, Starling, what did you do? And Starling explains himself that he just wants people to stop making fun of Novak. And again, you can give the feels a little bit. You understand where he's wanting to come from, but this isn't the way to do it. You know, like, I want to feel bad, but...
I want to be big and strong, but no steroids. Like, you just don't do it.
Exactly. You gotta put the work in. You've been bonded for, like, 4 weeks at this point. Maybe a little bit longer, but...
A couple months.
Realistically speaking,
yeah,
not very long. And again, not saying that is not, you know, and I'm not saying that it's easy to build self-confidence. It's like, dang, man, you got to put in some work first before you can even, before you start cheating. Somehow Gray unlocks like a new weapon to use, and it's like this massive torture device thing that Vivigirl turns into, because we get attacked by some elder griffins, and like, brutal kill. This is Mortal Kombat-esque, the way that he did it. So like I'm loving it. I do kind of semi-forget that they had to eat souls to become elder things and not plague-ridden, because as they were talking about how like blood's going everywhere, I'm just sitting there like, no, you're gonna get infected. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's not blood this time, it's soul. So you have to intentionally do this. We get through the first griffin, and of course there's a second one waiting just there as soon as Gray gets that kill and the griffin falls on Gray. Everette comes back and kills the other griffin, and he starts killing the Abyssal Leeches. And this is where Starling was like, oh, this is why humans are bad. Like, But if you didn't know what the Abyssal Leeches were, you kind of like you don't have room to talk. And Everette does say that he's going to watch over them until they are able to make it back to the Wraithborn Orchard.
Chapter 13, Rebirth. Everette is leading them out. They do get attacked by this toad, but this giant dragon human Zelfree comes in and tackles it. Like, no longer is there, the mimic transforming. Now it's the human transforming into a dragon.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. Starling doesn't need help anymore. He says, I'm ready to fight. So he goes. Kallikore's attacking them. He runs straight at Kallikore. We find out that Kallikore actually tore the wings off of his dragon and fused them onto himself. So now he's got wings, but his dragon doesn't. Everette is going to buy them time, so he's going to fight off Kallikore for a little so that they can get out. And there is this one line about him having bangles on his wrist, which I was so happy for because I was so curious what happened, but it's like still there. Still there.
When that was like the little nugget of information that I'm like, okay, this is our Everette. Like, just Shammy, I know you love messing with our emotions here, but like, had to be like, okay, she said he's got bangles on his wrist. Okay, this is Zelfree.
Yes, 100%.
Oh my gosh.
They do make it back to Ashland Ekrib. Zelfree ends up giving Gray a pendant to give to his husband. Doesn't give him a name though. He's just like, oh, he'll know the pendant. Like, Gray's just supposed to show this to every dude in the world. Be like, yo, this is your husband. Twain ends up changing into a dragon. They push magic into the root, and they are able to activate the light.
And this is where chapter 14, Lord Otto picks up at as they emerge out of a pumpkin or a bunch of fruit. Like, just kind of are there now. And we can hear two people talking. One of them is Professor Zahn, so he's back. And the other man is what I call the Penguin from Batman, as he's described.
Yeah, he sounds like it.
He's got the cane, he's got the suit, like, he's got the money. This is what he reminds me. Anyways, it does say that he is enchanted with all sorts of runes, to include his teeth, and I would love to know what they did to enchant his teeth.
That sounds just painful.
Are they dentures or are they real teeth that they like enchanted? I
don't know. It sounds painful.
Maybe like that's the just way that they do their grills.
Yeah.
Whatever Zahn did was correct. It was right. However, Demos was just not there to travel with them when he tried to get them, to cross. Gray decides that he's going to side with Zahn so that he can fix the Abyssal Hells. And I think Zahn had this moment of like, wait, you're going to what? Like, we could have done this a long time ago. Do you not remember the giant ring that I made in the basement in the academy?
You could have died.
Like, gosh, this could have been all over with. Lord Otto decides that he wants parts of the Abyssal Dragon to make up for all of the money that Zelfree got Z names again. Lord Otto wants Abyssal Dragon parts so that he can make them into trinkets and artifacts so that he can sell, since Zahn is basically the one promising them, so that Lord Otto can be recompensated for all of the money that Zahn has asked for. Lastly, Zahn is going to try to pull out the soul of Death Lord Demos that is in Gray to be able to bring his brother back.
Chapter 15, now allies. Zahn ends up putting Gray into a nightmare at this point. He's there with him. Demos is in a cage. Gray ends up having to fight the Soul Catcher with his trident, and this ends up waking Demos up. Demos actually says that he wants Gray to keep the soul fragment. He actually gets a lot of praise for Gray for how he acted in the Hells, how he is willing to help out Demos, everything that he's willing to do. So, I mean, coming from Demos, one, that sends a big message. But two, it also convinces Zon, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't kill this kid right now. They do devise this similar plan, but instead of using the Wraithborn Orchard, they're going to use this other place called the Spectre Sands, which is also in the Abyssal Hells, to let Demos out.
Who knew there were so many different exits in the Abyssal Hells?
All these magical little portals, you just gotta know the right button to press.
Did they say what the Spectre Sands, what people are reborn as from that section?
I don't believe so. I don't recall if they did.
Because I know that the Wraithborn Orchard, they reincarnate as vegetables or plants, magical plant kind of thing. Then the bug, bog, or whatever the other name was for it was, I forgot now the actual name for it.
Was bug?
They would come back.
It was bugs, wasn't it?
Yeah, they come back as insects. So I'm not sure whose soul is itching to reincarnate as an insect, but I guess it's a thing. So maybe next time we'll learn about what the Spectre Sands turns people into when they reincarnate from that section. And with that, Scott, did you have anything else you'd like to add this week?
No, we're teaming up with Zon now. It's from friends to enemies, back to friends.
Oh my gosh. I also want to know, where is this the creepy puppet thing?
Soul Catcher?
Yes, the Soul Catcher. Where is this in relation to everybody else? Like, he can transform into the Soul Catcher, so where is the Soul Catcher at?
It's gotta be nearby.
Who is the Soul Catcher Arcanist?
Gotta be nearby.
Does Zon have a piece of the Soul Catcher
Here he's around.
Arcanist person stuck in his soul? Alright, with that, we'll get going. See you next week.